Hi, I welcome you all in this unique initiative by YuktMind. In this unique initiative, we'll be covering a daily newspaper that is the Hindu within 10 minutes. Yes, within 10 minutes. It can save you a lot of time and efforts. Now you can devote your time to other important areas of your study. All you have to do is follow our YuktMind YouTube channel. Let's get started with 15th April, the Hindu. So, the first news that we will be covering is the first ever aims of Northeast. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has unveiled the first aims of Northeast situated at Changasari near Guwahati. Apart from the first aims, he has unveiled three medical colleges, each one at Kokrajhar, Navagaon, and Nalbari. So the government is paying a lot of attention to Northeast recently. The PM led the foundation stone of Assam Advanced Healthcare Innovation Institute, in short, AHI. AHI will be a research and innovation center in the area of medical sciences. It will have a 500 bed connected multi speciality hospital. Now, moving on to our second news article. The government is planning to use drones to deliver medicines to Chardham pilgrims in case of emergency. You can use this example to enrich your answer in your mains. Third article is about the launch of Ambedkar Circuit tourist train. So, to commemorate the 132nd birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar on 14th April, the government has launched Ambedkar Circuit Tourist Train, and it will cover prominent places associated with the life of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar such as New Delhi, Mao, Nagpur. And it will also cover sacred Buddhist sites of Sanchi, Sarnath, Gaya, Rajgir, and Nalanda. So this train will be known as Bharat Gaurav Tourist Train, and it will be operated under the scheme Dekho Apna Desh, which is aimed at promoting domestic tourism. And it is a joint collaboration between the Ministry of Tourism and Railways. This Ambedkar circuit was the fourth in the list of special tourist circuits, namely Ramayana Circuit, Buddhist Circuit, and the Northeast Circuit. Now, moving on to our fourth article. The government of India is paying a lot of attention on indigenization of defense technology and also on export of defense products under the Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme. So, in this regard, Armenia recently signed a major defense deal with India for procurement of Pinaka multi rocket launch systems. This Pinaka multi rocket launch system has been developed by DRDO. The fifth article is on Supreme Court's collegium system. Supreme Court recently has come under a lot of criticism for its lack of transparency and opaqueness in selection of judges. So, in a first, the Supreme Court's collegium system has said that its system of judicial appointments is based on grading the judgments of candidates under its zone of consideration. The court said the best of judgments are given the grading of outstanding and their authors are recommended for judgeship in constitutional courts. So the next news article is about NISA satellite which will be launched in 2024. The satellite will map the most earthquake prone regions in the Himalayas. It will be a joint venture between ISRO of India and NASA of USA. So, this development has come in the wake of recent land subsidence incident happened in Joshimath, Uttarakhand. So, it will map the places which are at greatest risk from earthquakes. So, the most important thing to remember about this NISA satellite is it will be using two frequency bands. Remember the L band and the S band to image the seismically active Himalayan region, and it will map the Himalayan region every 12 days. So it will create a deformation map. So it will help in providing high resolution all weather data from the satellite. So why is it important? Just remember that scientists from the Geological Survey of India in 2021 published a strain map of the Himalayan based on data from 1252 GPS stations along the Himalayas. It identified regions that had the greatest odds of generating earthquakes of magnitudes above 8 and their extent. However, these many stations are still too few, and there's only one satellite, that is Sentinel, that GSI relies on. Now, with Nisar, they'll be rest assured of all weather data. Next up, let's talk about some data. India's forex reserves have increased by around 6 billion to reach 584.755 billion for the week ending April 7 as per RBI. So what we can note is the highest amount of Indian forex was reached in October 2021, and that too of 645 billion. Now moving on to the last article of the day. So it's a very important article written by former Deputy Comptroller General of India, Anupam Kulshrestha. So he talks about a case for non-dilution of the essential attribute of independence of India's constitutional bodies. So in this article, he talks about that a democracy requires a system of checks and balances to prevent the arbitrary use of power by the elected government of the day. So, India's democracy provides for various constitutional authorities such as UPSC, CAG, the Election Commission of India, Finance Commission, and the National Commissions for Scheduled Castes, Scheduled Tribes, and Backward Classes. Then he makes an interesting case of two sets of appointments done by President. However, in the second set of appointment, just an addition of few words makes for an interesting case study of the different process of their appointment as well as their implication on independent functioning of such constitutional authorities. So the first set of appointment is wherein the constitution makers have used simple words such as shall be appointed by the president. These words are used in the appointment of prime minister, attorney general of India, the chairman and members of finance commission, and the chairman and members of public service commission. Now the second set of appointments. In this second set, our constitutional makers have simply used the words shall be appointed by the president by warrant under his hand and seal. So, the addition of words by warrant under his hand and seal means a different process and implication for independent functioning of these authorities. So, the authorities which can be appointed under such process are judges of Supreme Court and High Court, the CAG, and the governor of various states. So these words are also used for appointment of chairman and members of national commissions for SC, STs, and backward classes. So where does the problem lie? The problem lies in the fact that our president cannot act independently. He has to act on the aid and advice of Council of Ministers, which is headed by the Prime Minister. This position has been validated by Supreme Court in the N. Gopalaswamy and others versus the Union of India case. And finally, he settles this debate by bringing in Constituent Assembly debates. So he says originally the words used in the appointment of CAG were just simply appointment by the president. However, later on, an amendment was moved wherein the words by warrant under his hand and seal were inserted. The reason for Constituent Assembly to insert these words was they felt that the CAG should be an independent authority and he should be independent of both legislature and executive. They said he's the watchdog of our finances and his position must be made so strong that he cannot be influenced by anyone. So finally, he makes a suggestion saying that while the appointment of judges and election commission has been made free from the influence of executive, the same can be done for appointment of CAG of India as per the intention of our Constituent Assembly. Thank you for watching this video. There's more where it came from. Please visit our website www.yuktmind.com. You can also follow us on our Twitter handle, Instagram, and Telegram channel. Thank you.